But this Christmas, and as you enter the year 2021, we want you to arrive alive. Now, Joy News and the National Road Safety Authority are sensitizing Ghanaians on safe driving during this Christmas and beyond. We're joined by Seth Kwame Boateng, who will be talking to us about our event on Tuesday. We shall be in the Tema area. Seth,
bro.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, bro.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a privilege to be here, to be interviewed by you. It's an honor.
It's a joy to have you with us. It's a joy.
Yeah.
Now, let's hit the nail on the head. You're targeting Ashaiman?
Ashaiman.
One of the places you're targeting.
A densely populated area, and with a lot of stations or lorry parks around, but we have this big one. That's where we are going to.
Is it the main Ashaiman
the main Ashaiman lorry station?
Right.
That's where we are going tomorrow to interact with the drivers, with the union leaders, with passengers. That's not the only thing we are doing. Aside there, we are going to have cameras in Circle, the Circle VIP at Circle VIP.
Right.
We are going to have another one at Tamakonome 21, with our men interacting with passengers as they travel for Christmas, and we hear from drivers on their arrival life messages. This has become crucial because now road traffic accidents have become part of our public health concerns because averagely every year we lose over 2,000 people. Over 2,000 people die.
I was looking at the recent statistics, and I was asking myself, when are things going to change? Because it appears every Christmas period, take out elections. We don't have elections every year. We have elections every 4 years. You add elections to, the Christmas season, and it just
exactly
gets out of hand.
That's why we are starting early. That's why we, not that we are starting early, we have started already, but this time we're going to sit with them and hear from them why they speed. We hear from them why they don't wear seatbelt. We hear from them why they don't change their ties. We want to hear from them why some of them drink and drive. Why do they not respect the road signs?
I was about to talk about that.
Yeah.
What we call blue kiosk kind of steering nature.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to find out some of the things they say. I've actually, interacted with some of these people, and they'll tell you that it's a long journey, they get tired and all that. So the alcohol sort of gets them, in a sort of state, but then you have to tell them that no, alcohol will also slow your senses, and that leads to accidents.
So when you are tired, just rest. Just park, rest for 15 minutes, and you'll be okay. It has happened to me before. I had to rest for 5 minutes. When I woke up, I was okay. I'd say I had slept for like 2 hours. I was totally okay. When I'm driving and I feel sleepy, I'll just park and sleep. I don't joke with that. So that's why we are going there with those the Road Safety Authority people. We are going there with the police. We are going there with officials from Ministry of Health. We are also having the DVLA present because, I've seen videos where officials of DVLA went to some lorry parks to check their ties. It will shock you what they saw.
That I totally agree. If you take a keen look at the cars that pass by, sometimes we are not in a place where it snows and all of that, so you don't need a certain type, but at least the grip, when you look at some of the tires, you can see they are very smooth, which means that in the instance where a driver has to apply the brakes for an emergency, the likelihood of an accident is really high. Check out our trotters and taxis. No, very important.
It's very, very important that we do this. And so after this Ashaiman event, we will be going to Kintampo area, right after Christmas, Kintampo area.
Which has become an accident-prone stretch.
Exactly, and it surprises me why it is so. Because it appears that road is one of the best we have in the country. Very smooth, but the speed. I've used that road. I'm even going to use that road in the next few days because I have to go up north to do something. And I'll be using that road. And it surprises me that why do we have such a wonderful road, such problem-free road, yet we record all these accidents. So we shall be going there to also interact with. It's a central point. I've heard over and again that it's the center of Ghana, Kintampo.
Historic town.
Exactly. So we are going there so that we also interact, not with drivers from Kintampo, but because it's a transit point, we have drivers from other places, from neighboring countries coming. They they get there, they rest, and before they continue.
Those coming through the northern belt.
Exactly. And those coming from this side of the country, also they rest and continue. So we are going to pitch camp there after Christmas and also make sure that we speak to them. That's become crucial because now road traffic accident I said earlier, has become a public health issue. So now the revised health policy, it has been introduced, and the government is assigning, it's also given an aspect of the education role to the Health Promotion Directorate of Ministry of Health, right. So that they will bring all the stakeholders together and help them appreciate why it is a public health issue and why we must activate public health interventions to make sure that we reduce the carnages on our road. Because we should not lose any life.
Speaking of the carnage on our roads, I mean, one of the concerns, and even the Ghana Medical Association has at a point in time, issuing some releases on this. Some hospitals saying that, for example, Okada riders, that if you came and it was an accident involving a motorbike, treatment and all of that, maybe not exactly what we want to see, but are there going to be moves to engage maybe motorbike riders?
Yeah, they are all going to be part. They are all going to be part. We are targeting them as well. Just last Saturday, I had interaction with a doctor in one of our teaching hospitals, and he just said, as I speak to you now, there is somebody whose arm is going bad. It's going bad. He was involved in an accident. Yes. Okada rider. We are telling him we have to amputate. He says no. You not allow us to amputate. Meanwhile, the hand is going bad.
To the rest of the body.
And almost every day an amputation takes place in our teaching hospitals. Almost every day, because almost every day.
Back of
the motorbikes, yes, the Okada riders, accident. Yes, they suffer serious injuries. So I don't have the statistics here, but when you go to Kolebu and they give you the statistics, you'll be shocked. The amputations going on, taking place in this country. We are recording in this country because of reckless riding and driving. So people who would not want to respect the traffic light, who would not want to wear helmet, people who would want to drive or ride anyhow. Yeah.
I hear part of why they do that may go back to the fact that we've not regularized that entire system. So they're always trying to avoid the police.
The police, yeah.
And so at traffic lights, they see someone and immediately they want to play a fast one.
It's true.
I mean, there are so many angles to this
to
look at, but the point is that day in, day out, ordinary Ghanaians are dying.
People are dying
and
every day.
That is what we ought to, whatever the remedies are, they ought to be applied.
Unacceptable. These deaths are avoidable. Because when you go to other countries, to shock you, I've forgotten the name of that country, but I've seen statistics where they did not even record one.
Right.
One.
Look, I've always shared that when I was in Ouagadougou, neighboring country, Burkina Faso, they have lanes specifically for riders, motorbikes. Well, the Francophone countries tend to have such systems, but if you look at the fact that in this country we've used bicycles and motorbikes for a long time, even before the Okada phenomenon, keke in Nigeria took over, you would wonder why it's taken us so long, why we're facing the...
I think that is why this Rival Life campaign is crucial, because we are also asking all the questions.
Right.
We are asking government officials, why this, why that? Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Why don't we have these policies to help deal with these problems? That is the reason.
Plus, we can always learn from neighboring countries who have you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
So I'm here, and I'm also part of the national team driving the Survival Life campaign. So I'm not here only as a multimedia journalist. I'm representing the National Task Force driving the Survival Life campaign. And we have questions we are asking those in authority, those who are supposed to make sure that police officers to work without any intimidation, those who are to make sure that they are given the resources to work, those who are to make sure that we fuel, their vehicles are fueled so they can patrol and make sure that people arrive alive. People arrive alive, that's it.
As we wrap up, I would just put this in as well, and maybe something you can pitch. I've noticed, I mean, in other jurisdictions, the logbook system works. I mean, we have pockets of it here. Sometimes it's some entities themselves that insist that maybe if you're driving their truck or their vehicle or whatever, there must be a logbook showing when you took off. There are points
like
when you
must rest. STC.
Exactly, and all of that. But generally, I don't see that happening.
No.
Maybe that is something that you ought to push.
Okay.
So that, because yes, there are a lot of people who have accidents, and ubeshimono is because the person was feeling sleepy.
Yeah.
The person didn't take that much needed rest, and that leads to the loss of many lives.
Thanks for this pitch. I think something we would also incorporate in.
Right.
And what we are doing,
And thanks for hearing me out. What would be your final words to ordinary Ghanaians as we head towards Christmas and as we try to stay alive?
You must arrive alive. That's all. You must arrive alive. Don't be in a hurry to die. You have to arrive alive.
And when the driver is doing certain things that ought not to be done, speak up.
Speak.
The driver is driving and he's on his phone.
Speak.
Or you see him nodding off and he will not say something because one kasa. Seth Kwame Boateng, thank you very much.
I appreciate the time you gave
joining
me this
us
morning.
this morning. Very grateful for your time. And that is Seth Kwame Boateng, who joined us. Tomorrow, Arrive Alive is hitting Ashaiman, and of course, there's also going to be Kintampo as well. And here in Accra, the VIP, yard, we're getting there as well. So proceeding from here, we have some more coming your way, and this one borders on sports. Now, Razak Issa is goalkeeper of Ghana Premier League side Ebusua Dwarfs. Now, apart from being excellent between the sticks in the post, he's got a rare talent of being able to convert free kicks and penalties. Now, he converted a crucial free kick in the dying embers of a regional derby against Elmina Sharks to save the Dwarfs a point. Joy Sports' George Ado Jr. visited Razak Issa to learn more about his skill in the special Ghana Premier League feature titled Scoring Gloves. Do enjoy.